Hi, we're here at E3 to talk about Evolve for Connected Digital World.
So thanks for joining us today.
Yes.
Do you want to introduce yourself and tell us what your role is?
Sure. My name is Mike Boccieri. I'm a senior producer at 2K Games for Evolve.
So tell us a little bit about Evolve for those who don't know what it is.
Sure. So Evolve is our new competitive cooperative first-person shooter. It's 4 versus 1. It pits 4 hunters of unique classes and abilities against a powerful, evolving player-controlled monster. Goliath. And also now KRAKEN, our new monster.
I was going to come to that. So
Yes.
You revealed Evolve earlier this year,
Yes.
and you introduced 4 characters plus Goliath.
Yes.
You've recently introduced some new characters and another monster. Do you want to tell us a little bit about each?
That's right. So we've recently introduced 4 new hunters to the mix. Those are new hunters in each of the 4 classes of Assault, Trapper, Medic, and Support. We've got Hyde, we've got Maggie, we've got Lazarus, and we have Bucket. And then we just revealed here at E3, very excited to show you guys KRAKEN, who's our second monster that we're showing.
And I'm taking it that was the monster that was revealed at the Microsoft E3 briefing yesterday.
Absolutely. He
shook
crashed
the room.
exactly, as he crashed in there and kind of stared out, and then his second set of eyes opened up.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
What was the reason behind doing a 4 versus 1 game? Because obviously you get quite a lot of 2 versus 2, but 4 versus 1 is completely different.
Sure. So one thing that's really good about Evolve is that it plays to the strengths of 2 different experiences. You have a very strong cooperative experience on the hunter side, where 4 players can come together, learn on a very deep level how to use the abilities of each of their class members in tandem to one another to bring down a giant monster. Then on the monster side, you have an opportunity to be a lone wolf, to take on an entire team of members on your own and kind of bring the pain to them in your own fashion, whatever way that you like to use the abilities, whichever monster you choose to use. I think that's really compelling to a lot of players to be able to play in that style. I, for one, really love to play as the monster. And so I think that it's the blending of the ability to kind of bring 2 groups together. The players who like to kind of go lone wolf and play more single player in a sense against the people who are playing cooperatively in a competitive nature.
So with the 4 characters that aren't the monster, you have to play as one each class. You can't play more. You can't be 2 trappers. One would have to be a trapper, a medic.
Right, so the hunter team is always segregated into the 4 key classes: Assault, Medic, Trapper, and Support. The reason for this is, first of all, play balancing. The team at Turtle Rock felt that if you put yourself in a situation where, say, you brought a team of medics, all medics, to the 4, the medics really aren't the core damage dealer of the team, so they could very easily get overwhelmed, right? Similarly, a team of assault characters, you would think, oh, well, that's going to just annihilate the monster. But what would happen is that assaults often have a difficult time trapping and containing the monster, right? That's not their forte. They don't have a trapper in that case. So by having 4 players using their different roles, you can trap the monster, you can keep your team alive, you can provide tactical advantage, and then you can bring the pain.
Excellent. So each of the 4 characters that aren't the monster.
Yes.
They're all in first person, but the monster isn't. Is there a reason for that?
So the reason why the 4 hunters are in first person, whereas the monster is third person, is we wanted to be able to show the monstrousness of each of these monsters. They, their visual style, the look of each of these monsters, the different abilities, read really well and kind of present their best, I think, in third person. It also gives you an ability to have a greater a tactical sense of the area right around your person. So first person, unless you really adjust the FOV to be super wide, you don't get a lot of spatial awareness on either side. Again, for the hunters, that's okay because you've got 3 other team members that are helping to check your 6, see what's around you. But with the monster, you're in it alone, so you need as much kind of visual information as you can take in at any one time. So having it in third person, you can not only see what's immediately in front of you, but you get a better sense of what's around you and even what's behind you.
Great. So you've now announced quite a few characters for the game. Any more to come?
Well, we've today at E3 we're saying that we're going to be launching Evolve with 3 monsters and 12 hunters. We've shown you 8 of the hunters today, and we've shown you 2 of the monsters. So there'll be more to come. We're really excited to show you them before we launch. And then, of course, if you pre-order Evolve, we've already said that we're going to be offering a pre-order monster as a bonus. So at least, you know, one more monster that we've already talked about.
How are you guys going to do the balancing? So if you didn't particularly want to play with your friends and you wanted to go online and just play with other people, is there a balancing issue, or is it more that 4 people play as a team, and if you don't play as a team, well, you're going to die?
You know, at its core, Evolve is cooperative for the hunters. If you go in with 3 other players and you do not act as a team, you're probably going to fall. You know, the thing that we are constantly messaging is working as a team is the single most important thing that the hunters can do individually. On the monster side, obviously you can go lone wolf. You know, if you don't want to play as a team, we have the perfect class for you. You can go in as a monster. Beyond that, as far as balancing goes, we do offer the variety of allowing players to choose which assault character they want to play, which medic they want to play. So there's a lot of mixing and matching. Turtle Rock playtests the game every single day. So they have a special methodology using both anecdotal feedback as well as data-driven telemetry to determine what the balance of the game is looking like at any given point in time, and then they're adjusting. And that adjustment is something that they're doing here during the pre-launch. That's also something that they're going to be doing post-launch. So we're going to be actively engaged with the community, understanding what the community is looking for as they play, and as we see the game getting into more and more players' hands, making adjustments accordingly.
Are you guys going to do a public beta or demo?
So here at E3, we just announced that we're going to be pairing with Microsoft to have an exclusive open beta on Xbox One. We're super excited about that. It means we're going to get Evolve into the hands of the most gamers we can ahead of launch. We're going to have players pick up the game and play it for the first time. People who aren't able to play here at E3, and we're really excited about that.
And what's the date for that one coming out?
So we're targeting this fall. It's going to be. We're still trying to nail down the final date for the beta at this time. It's approximately a month ahead of launch.
Brilliant. What's been the single biggest challenge for you guys in developing a 4 versus 1 game?
The single biggest challenge of developing a 4 versus 1 game really comes down to, that play balance. Like you said, we're looking to create the most balanced game out there that is both competitive and cooperative. So that's quite a challenge at its core. But what we have done is we put together a really great development team that understands right off the bat that that is the singular challenge, and they've built a methodology around that to ensure that the game is balanced. At the end of the day, if the game wasn't balanced, people wouldn't be interested in Evolve. But if you are here at E3 or you play the game online, you're going to see that the reaction shows that it always comes down to the wire. It can ping pong either way, and that ultimately, when we look at the data, it's always showing that it's an evenly matched game, and we're going to sustain that throughout the life cycle of Evolve.
Certainly 15 minutes into the doors being open here at E3 on day 1, there's a queue around the booth already.
Yes.
So that just goes to show you the game's popular.
We're really excited that people are showing up to show their support for Evolve. We're really excited to keep showing you guys the new content as it comes online, because we want you guys to join the fight for sheer along with us.
So what's your favourite character to play as then?
My favorite character to play as in Evolve, because I like to lone wolf, I do like to play actually as Goliath. I know he was the first monster we showed, but I'm kind of a brawler. I like to get up in the hunter's face and kind of like really lock one guy down. I like using the leap smash and the rock throw to kind of pepper guys from distance. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll sneak around the back of a hunter team when they're not noticing, and then I'll come leap smashing in and take 2 guys out simultaneously. That feeling cannot be beat.
So you're evil. I like that.
Yes, very evil in my core.
Let's talk about some of the maps.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us how many there are that you've announced and what the differences are?
Yep. So today in Evolve at E3, we're showing our second map. We announced it a little earlier. It's a desert canyon environment. We call it the Dam. It's got long sight lines and a lot of caves and tunnels that are really interesting for like flushing the monster out or trapping hunters in kind of little nooks and crannies and stuff. It's got unique wildlife compared to our first map that we showed, Forest Ruins. And we're going to be showing more maps. We've actually got over a dozen maps to show later, and we're going to keep revealing these. And then these maps can all be played in alternate game modes as well, which we're also going to be revealing over time.
Excellent. And I'm assuming once the game ships, you've got plans for DLC, additional maps, and perhaps characters. Anything you'd like to share? I know the game's months away yet, but
right now we've already talked about our DLC monster as an offering that we're going to have post launch. We have other DLC planned. Like you said, the core of Evolve is having maps, modes, monsters, and stuff. So there's going to be a lot more to come. We can't talk about the details right now, but we're super excited about it.
And when does the game ship, and on what formats?
So this game ships in October 21st, 2014. It's going to be on PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
Great. And have you got a message for the people out at home watching this now? Why should they buy Evolve?
So if I could tell the people at home one thing about Evolve, it's that I think that it really satisfies that next-gen promise that people were looking for. When people are going and looking at the current gen, Xbox One, PS4, PC, they're powering PC, they're like, what am I going to play that's new? What am I going to play that's exciting? What am I going to play that really kind of moves me? And I think at its core, this idea of 4 versus 1 is something that people haven't experienced in this way before. It's fresh and new. It's something that they haven't been playing in the last gen, so they're going to want to pick this up and play it because they're going to have a brand new experience that is awesome.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time
Absolutely.
today.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Why not subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the link on the screen now? And if you want to watch some all-new gameplay featuring Kraken from E3, click on the screen now.